Welcome to Cultivating Inner Peace Through Nature, a workshop dedicated to reconnecting with the natural world as a pathway to personal wellness. In today's fast-paced, digitally dominated world, many of us feel mentally cluttered, emotionally drained, and physically disconnected. But the answer to our stress and disconnection might be simpler than we think, and it begins with the earth beneath our feet, the air we breathe, and the quiet rhythms of the natural world. This session will explore how our relationship with nature directly impacts our mental and emotional well-being and offer practical ways to weave that connection into everyday life. Environmental wellness is more than a backdrop. It's a dynamic and reciprocal relationship. Nature has a unique ability to ground us in the present moment. When we pause to notice the sway of trees, the stillness of water, or the warmth of light, we shift from reacting to simply being. This shift can have powerful implications for our mental health. According to the American Psychological Association, being in nature not only reduces stress, but also improves mood, enhances cognitive performance, and even increases empathy. These are not just pleasant side effects, they are critical components of thriving in our modern world. Yet many of us have lost touch with this source of healing. We spend, on average, over 10 hours a day on screens and indoors, which can lead to a condition known as nature deficit. This detachment affects everything from sleep quality to emotional regulation. But the good news is, nature is always within reach. Whether a walk in the park, a plant on your windowsill, or simply noticing the sky. Today, we'll explore how reconnecting with the natural world can help restore your sense of calm, clarity, and inner peace. This workshop is made possible by Mid-Ohio Psychological Services, Inc. At MOPS, we support whole person wellness, mind, body, and spirit. We know that life gets busy and it's easy to forget to take care of your mental health. That's why we're making spaces like this to slow down, connect, and breathe. Mental health is crucial to overall well-being. After this video, be sure to check out our other workshops and content at www.mopsohio.com. Part 1, the Wellness Wheel. The Wellness Wheel is a visual tool that illustrates the interconnected dimensions of holistic well-being. While different models may include slightly varying components, most versions highlight key areas such as emotional, physical, intellectual, social, spiritual, environmental, occupational, and financial wellness. Each slice of the wheel represents a part of our lives that contribute to our overall health. The wheel helps individuals assess their current state in each area and identify imbalances that may be affecting their overall well-being. By viewing wellness as a multifaceted and dynamic process, the wheel promotes a more balanced, sustainable approach to self-care and mental health. Using the wellness wheel is especially impactful for mental health because it encourages a proactive rather than reactive mindset. Many people struggling with anxiety, depression, or burnout may focus solely on emotional symptoms, overlooking environmental stressors, social isolation, or lifestyle imbalances that contribute to their distress. The Wellness Wheel helps us recognize how these dimensions overlap. For instance, how improving physical activity or nurturing social connections can also enhance emotional resilience. Organizations like Mental Health America and the National Alliance on Mental Illness promote integrated wellness models for this very reason. When individuals understand and care for all areas of their lives, they are better equipped to manage stress, prevent crisis, and sustain long-term mental health. Part 2. What is environmental wellness? Environmental wellness emphasizes the relationship between individuals and their surroundings, not just the global environment, but also the personal spaces we inhabit daily. Environmental wellness involves making choices that respect and nourish the natural world, as well as curating living and working spaces that promote physical and mental well-being. It includes everything from reducing waste and conserving energy to creating environments that are clean, calm, and emotionally supportive. When we engage in environmentally conscious behaviors, we not only protect the planet but also reinforce a sense of personal responsibility, purpose, and connection. But environmental wellness goes deeper than sustainability. It's also about tuning in to how our surroundings impact our internal world. Studies have shown that cluttered, noisy, or overly artificial environments can increase feelings of stress and distraction, while natural, orderly, and aesthetically pleasing spaces help restore focus and calm. Something as simple as exposure to natural light can boost mood and improve sleep. Being near water, greenery, or even just hearing birdsong can lower anxiety levels and elevate our sense of peace. When we intentionally design our environments to reflect harmony and balance, whether that's organizing a workspace, opening a window to let in fresh air, or spending time in a local green space, we enhance our mental clarity, emotional resilience, and overall well-being. In this way, caring for our environment becomes a powerful form of self-care. Part 3: The science behind nature and mental health. Research has shown that time spent in natural settings significantly lowers cortisol levels, the hormone our body releases in response to stress. A 2019 study published in Frontiers of Psychology found that spending just 20 minutes in nature, even in an urban park, can reduce cortisol by nearly 21%. These changes aren't just biological, they're deeply felt. People often report an immediate sense of relief, calm, and presence when immersed in nature. Whether it's walking under trees, listening to birds, or simply sitting on a bench in a green space, these experiences shift the body out of fight or flight mode and into a state of restoration. Nature's mental health benefits also extend to brain chemistry and cognitive function. Natural environments are associated with increased serotonin productions, the brain's feel-good neurotransmitter that regulates mood and emotional stability. According to research summarized by the American Psychological Association, time outdoors enhances activities in the prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain responsible for empathy, decision-making, and emotional regulation. In contrast, high exposure to urban noise, traffic, artificial light, and screen time overstimulates the amygdala, the brain's fear and anxiety center, which can lead to irritability, fatigue, and chronic anxiety. Simply put, our brains were not designed for nonstop notifications and synthetic environments. They were designed to sync with natural light, subtle soundscapes, and the gentle rhythm of the outdoors. The neurological and emotional connection to nature has far-reaching implications for how we care for our mental health. Integrating time in green spaces can enhance focus for individuals with ADHD, support emotional regulation for those with depression or PTSD, and reduce the risk of developing mood disorders altogether. It can also foster a sense of meaning and purpose, two key components of psychological resilience. Mental Health America notes that natural-based practices such as mindful walking, gardening, or forest bathing are emerging as powerful, low-cost tools to support traditional mental health therapies. These findings reinforce a vital truth. Healing doesn't always require a clinic. Sometimes it starts with stepping outside. Part 4: The emotional impact of nature. Being in nature often evokes feelings of awe and wonder, and these emotions are more than poetic. They are powerful tools for mental and emotional health. Awe, as defined by researchers, is the feeling we get when we encounter something vast that transcends our current understanding of the world. It shifts our focus outward and away from self-centered rumination, which is often a hallmark of anxiety and depression. According to studies cited by the American Psychological Association, experiencing awe can increase feelings of connectedness, humility, and compassion, while decreasing feelings of isolation and stress. These effects are especially important in today's world, where disconnection and loneliness are at an all-time high. Nature offers us countless small but meaningful opportunities to against this emotional reset. Whether it's the sound of birdsong in the morning, the smell of rain, or the sight of trees gently swaying in the breeze, these sensory encounters allow our nervous system to downshift. They create a gentle, grounding rhythm that contrasts with the overstimulation of modern life. Research from the University of California has shown that spending even a few minutes in a natural setting can lead to lower heart rates, improved emotional regulation, and greater overall life satisfaction. These micro moments with natural world remind us that we are part of something larger, a living system that is ever evolving and responsive. Even when we can't be outdoors, we can still invite the essence of nature into our spaces and routines. Incorporating elements such as houseplants, nature-based artwork, or even recordings of rainfall or forest sounds can activate the same relaxation response in the brain. Studies conducted by the Mental Health America have shown that hospital patients recover faster when they have a view of nature, and office workers report higher satisfaction and lower stress when their workspace includes greenery and natural light. These subtle shifts don't just beautify our environments, they help calm the mind, regulate emotions, and build the resilience we need to thrive in a chaotic world. Part 5. Simple nature practices for inner calm. Let's explore some simple, accessible ways to cultivate inner peace through nature. No special equipment or perfect setting required. One of the most powerful practices is taking a daily nature walk. Just 10 to 20 minutes a day walking outdoors can reduce cortisol levels, elevate mood, and improve focus, according to studies from the American Psychological Association. The key is to walk with intention. Slow down your pace, take deep breaths, and tune into your senses. Notice the texture of the leaves, the feel of the air, the color shifting around you. This kind of mindful walking doesn't just move your body, it creates space for reflection and quiets the mental noise that often dominates our day. Another calming practice is to establish a sit spot, a place where you regularly return to simply observe and be. This could be a spot under a tree, a bench in your backyard, or even a corner of your balcony where you can see the sky. By visiting the same place over time, you begin to notice subtle changes in light, sound, and season, a rhythm that brings grounding and comfort. Psychologists have noticed that this practice of still observation cultivates patience and emotional regulation as it invites us to slow down and appreciate the natural cycles that often go unnoticed. It becomes a kind of ritual, a quiet anchor to an otherwise fast-moving life. Bringing elements of nature indoors can also have a powerful effect on your mental well-being. Adding houseplants not only improves air quality, but can also reduce anxiety and boost mood, as shown in data by Mental Health America. Choose plants that are easy to care for and let them become part of your daily routine. You can also incorporate nature through essential oils like lavender or cedarwood, which are known to reduce stress, or by decorating with textures and materials like wood, stone, and cotton that evoke the natural world. Positioning your workplace or reading nook near a window for natural light, or using nature sounds during meditation or sleep can create a calming sensory environment. Finally, don't underestimate the practice of sky gazing, simply lying down and watching the sky. This gentle, expansive act is deeply relaxing and reminds us that there's a vast world beyond our worries. In all of these ways, nature becomes not a distant escape, but a daily companion in cultivating peace. Part 6. Nature as a partner in healing. Nature offers not just peace, but profound healing, a truth recognized by ancient traditions and increasingly embraced by modern therapeutic practices. Approaches like forest therapy, horticultural therapy, and ecotherapy are gaining traction as effective, evidence-based methods for improving mental health. These practices harness the calming and restorative effects of nature to help individuals manage stress, anxiety, depression, and trauma. Research from the American Psychological Association and NAMI support these methods, showing that in time, nature settings can lower heart rate and blood pressure, increase emotional resilience, and enhance overall psychological well-being. What makes these approaches so powerful is their simplicity. Nature doesn't demand performance or perfection. It offers quiet companionship, grounding rhythms, and a space where healing can unfold without judgment. If you're feeling anxious, overworked, or emotionally drained, your first step toward healing might be as simple as stepping outside. A walk among trees, sitting by a body of water, or even observing birds from your windows can shift your nervous system into a more restful, balanced state. And for those who are unable to spend time outdoors, Research from Mental Health America shows that even visualizing nature, looking at photos of green spaces, or tending to a small houseplant can activate similar calming responses in the brain. These moments may seem small, but their impact is significant. They remind us that healing doesn't always require a dramatic intervention. Sometimes it begins with a breath of fresh air, a moment of stillness, and the gentle reminder that we are not alone, but deeply connected to the living world around us. Part 7: Sustainable Choices for Emotional Wellness. Living in harmony with the earth isn't just about environmental responsibility. It's a deeply personal act of emotional self-care. When we make sustainable choices like composting, using reusable containers, or supporting local agriculture, we're not only reducing our environmental impact, but also reinforcing our values. These small, intentional acts cultivate a sense of alignment between what we believe and how we live. Having a sense of agency, the feelings that our actions matter, is directly linked to lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. When we feel that we can positively influence the world around us, even in small ways, it boosts our emotional resilience and overall life satisfaction. Sustainability also invites us to slow down and engage more mindfully with our environments. For example, choosing to walk or bike instead of drive allows us to connect with our surroundings, breathe fresh air, and move our bodies, all of which support mental clarity and emotional regulation. Similarly, growing your own herbs or vegetables, or even just keeping a small plant alive, fosters patience, attentiveness, and care. These acts become more than habits. They evolve into rituals that ground us in the present moment. These rituals play an essential role in building structure and reducing overwhelm in daily life. Sustainability then becomes not just a practice for the planet, but a lifestyle that nourishes the spirit. Creating a clean, calming physical space is just another essential aspect of environmental wellness. Our surroundings reflect and influence our internal state. Cluttered, chaotic spaces can contribute to mental fatigue, overwhelm, and lack of motivation. In contrast, organized, nature-inspired spaces promote clarity, focus, and peace. Try decluttering just one area of your home, maybe your nightstand, a drawer, or your workspace, and intentionally add one or two natural elements such as a potted plant, a piece of driftwood, or a bowl of stones. These subtle changes can dramatically shift the energy of a space, making it feel more grounded and supportive. As Mental Health America suggests, designing your space with wellness in mind isn't a luxury. It's a powerful form of self-respect and emotional care. When your environment reflects calm and intention, it becomes easier to carry those same qualities within. Reflection and integration. Now, take a moment to reflect. What parts of nature bring you peace? Is it the sound of rain on your window? The warmth of the sun on your skin? The feeling of bare feet on cool grass? Or the soft rustle of wind through the trees? These sensory memories are powerful cues for grounding and self-regulation. They invite us to reconnect with a part of ourselves that often gets buried under to-do lists, noise, and screens. Allow yourself to linger with that image or feeling. Let it rise to the surface without judgment. Reflection is the bridge between experience and transformation. When we pause to notice what soothes us, we open the door to greater self-awareness and emotional healing. Now consider one small way you can connect with nature today. It doesn't need to be a grand or time-consuming thing. It could be stepping outside for 5 minutes, tending to a houseplant, opening a window to let in the fresh air, or listening to nature sounds during your lunch break. Write it down or say it aloud to yourself. This is your seed, a personal, tangible way to cultivate peace into your daily life. Remember, nature doesn't ask for perfection. It doesn't measure how long you stay or how much you do. It simply invites your presence. The more often you accept that invitation, the more deeply rooted your sense of calm, clarity, and connection will become. Let this small intention be a beginning, a quiet promise to yourself, grounded in the natural rhythms that surround and support you. As we close, remember, you are nature. Your breath, your heartbeat, your stillness, and your growth all reflect the same patterns we see in trees, rivers, and seasons. The more you reconnect with the earth, the more you'll reconnect with yourself. Thank you for joining us today. May you find moments of quiet, clarity, and connection in the natural world around you and within you.